It's another VARguments episode, and this time around, it was a pretty packed weekend. So much that we could go on this episode for an hour, and we'll end up talking and talking. That is how explosive this weekend was. But obviously, we're not going to do that. We're going to narrow it down to some of the most contentious decisions over the weekend. And Manchester United versus Spurs gave us some drama early on. Starting with you, Victor. Spurs captain Christian Romero, was handed a straight red card after a reckless tackle on Casemiro. Now, of course, many people could see why that was a straight red, but some fans continue to say it was not completely intentional from the Argentine. What are your thoughts on that, Victor?
I mean, when the tackle looks like that, does it even matter how intentional it was? Remember, it was Son on Andre Gomez, Spurs versus Everton a few years ago, and he broke his leg. Does anyone think that Son, one of the nicest footballers to ever play in the Prem, wanted to do that? I don't think so. But that's the sort of thing that can happen with any tackle that looks like that. We've already seen 3 instances, at the very least, this season of a very similar foul, resulting in a red card, with or without VAR review. I think it's a red, and Spurs might be a bit daft thinking that they can really ask for 100 million for a defender like Romero. He's good, but moments like this, of which he has plenty, he's much more of a liability than an asset. This is absolutely the correct decision.
Max, your take on this one?
I mean, I have pretty much nothing to it, but only to pay respect for the ref himself, that he instantly showed the red card, not waiting for the refer some other guys. So this also makes sense for me, and it's a good sign at least, because nowadays a lot of refs are just waiting for the VAR to give them the solution they have to get. So I say this is definitely a right decision.
Fair enough. But now, since we're talking about this tackle, if we switch over to Arsenal v Sunderland, Brobbey made the exact similar tackle that Romero did to Zubimendi, but was handed a yellow card. Now, fans were quick to point out the inconsistency in both decisions. What are your thoughts on that, Victor?
Yeah, just like how I said we've seen at least 3 instances of reds for tackles like this. We've also seen at least 3 instances where it wasn't a red this season for a similar tackle. I do agree that Brobbey's foul did not look as bad as Romero's, but was the difference as big as red versus yellow? I don't think so. I think this one should have been a red as well, and VAR dropped the ball by not recommending a review. As we've seen a million times already, the consistency is just not there with the way things are going. It feels like it will never be there. This is the wrong decision. It should have been a red.
Max, your take on this?
Actually, I disagree, and I feel like it has to be yellow. Yeah, it was close to red, but not red, just because in first moment with Romero, there was a straight leg, there was a push in, and there was also he wasn't nowhere near to the ball. While in a second moment, it's quite opposite. So there's a bend leg, there's no push, and it was close for the ball. He was trying to play the ball, and then he instantly gets his leg out. So it wasn't even close to getting an injury. So I'd say yellow is okay, but it was close to red.
In my opinion, I don't think it's about how close to getting an injury. It's about the placement of your leg and what the rules say, to be fair. And I think the only thing that saved Brobbey here is that Zubimendi did not go down and start rolling on the floor the way Casemiro did. If he had done that and VAR had checked this, it would have been a straight red. So in my opinion, he should thank Zubimendi for not making a meal out of that tackle. But anyways, let's go back to the Spurs versus Manchester United game, where United had a penalty claim dismissed for Vicky van der Ven, apparently holding Harry Maguire in the box somewhere around the half-hour mark. Around the 1 hour mark. Victor, what do you think, penalty or not?
Absolutely penalty. There's no way that's not a pen. He comes, grabs him around the torso, spins once around him, drags him down. The ball was coming towards that area, maybe not exactly on his forehead or anything like that, but still, like that's a stonewall penalty to me, and I don't get why it was dismissed so quickly in the VAR room as well, because apparently they looked at it as they look at everything, and it was good. I just don't agree here. It was clumsy, it was blatant, it had nothing to do with the ball or anything like that. It should have been a pen. Wrong decision.
Max, your take on this?
I'd say it's more likely a penalty, but I'm not that certain on this one because, first of all, the ball wasn't. I mean, it was close to Maguire, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really coming to him. And also, I felt like the contact wasn't that huge, especially because the Maguire huge himself, and there's a lot of moments like that when somebody touches and forces him, but he never even falls. So I'd say it's still a penalty for me, but not that certain.
Yeah, me too. I would say it's a penalty more than anything, but if it was not given, I wouldn't say it's too much of a scandal. But to me, looking at it again and again, it seems I'm leaning towards a penalty more than anything. I mean, at least that's where I'm leaning towards, anyways. But yeah, that's all we have for this argument video. Christian Romero straight red card. I think all of us here agree that he deserves to be given a red card. But if you think otherwise, let us hear in the comment section below and let us hear what you think about Brian Brobbey, if he should have been given a red card just like Romero. And we'll be waiting to hear from you in the comment section below.